When an evacuation order comes down, the natural instinct is to load the car and drive. But millions of people will have the exact same thought at the exact same moment. The highways will instantly compress into a permanent parking lot. Look at this traffic pattern from a typical rush hour. Multiply that volume by 10, remove traffic enforcement, and factor in inevitable accidents. The road network ceases to function, leaving you with thousands of pounds of immobile steel. This is where you must stop driving and start adapting. Step out of the cabin. Use the broad, flat surface of your car's hood as a staging table. We are going to perform a post-collapse gear triage. This is the moment you transition from a vehicle-dependent mindset to strict foot-mobile biological survival. Everything you take from here on out must be carried on your own back. The rule for this triage is simple. Biological utility must replace economic wealth. If an item does not directly keep your cells alive or protect your body from the environment, it stays behind. Accepting that the car is immobilized triggers the shift away from old-world economics. This is the starting point for true survival mechanics. Unzip your bug-out bag and empty every single item onto the hood. We need to force a strict visual inventory of what you actually plan to carry. Divide the pile into two distinct categories. On the left, place items related to sustenance. On the right, place items related to wealth. Look closely at that right side pile. This is where you will find stacks of cash, heavy rolls of coins, and perhaps the silver bars or gold pieces you packed for barter. In a sovereign collapse event, fiat currency loses its value overnight. During the 2001 Argentine economic crisis, desperate citizens burned their own currency for warmth. When the system backing the paper disappears, a $100 bill becomes scrap paper. It might start a fire, but it won't buy a single calorie. The common instinct is to replace that dying paper with precious metals, assuming gold and silver will become the immediate post-collapse barter currency. Here is a stack of silver bullion bars and coins. They are incredibly dense, representing pounds of dead weight in your pack, yet they offer zero biological function. You cannot eat them, they will not purify your water, and they cannot treat an infection. This leads us to the mathematics of desperation. A starving person will refuse to trade 2,000 calories of rice or a dose of antibiotics for a gold coin because that coin cannot sustain their biology. In the starvation phase of a collapse, shiny metal has zero exchange rate. Sweep all the gold, the silver, and the cash into a discard pile at the edge of the herd. Hoarding precious metals right now is an emotional attachment to a dead economy. Carrying that weight guarantees exhaustion and failure on foot. The only capital that matters now is utility currency. These are assets with direct biological value: calories, water filtration, and medical supplies. Go to your sustenance pile. Pull out the high-calorie ration bars, the water filters, and the antibiotics. These go directly into the center of your keep pile. This equation visualizes the new economic exchange rate. In a post-collapse environment, one water filter equals 100 gold coins. Utility is the only universal standard of value. If you want to secure safe passage or trade for a resource you lack, you use duplicate utility items. A spare water filter or an extra tourniquet provides barter capital that other survivors actually need to stay alive. Now, pack the bag. Structural packing is critical to your stamina. Place your heaviest, high-priority utility items, like your main water container and bulk calories, dead center, resting directly between your shoulder blades. Watch the weight gauge. By excluding the heavy metals and cash from your loadout, your physical burden drops into the optimal zone, giving you back your mobility. The physical constraint you must meet is pace. Your final packed bag has to allow you to maintain a walking speed of 3 miles per hour, even over rough terrain. Prioritizing utility over weight results in a mathematically optimized loadout. This allows a stranded motorist to function as a mobile, self-sufficient unit. Your post-collapse gear triage is now complete. Look at the discard pile on the hood. Accept the permanent separation between the capable survivor wearing the pack and the discarded wealth left sitting on the metal. Turn away from the vehicle, leave it behind, and start walking. You have to navigate through the gridlock and get out of the high-density zone. Your immediate short-term objective is straightforward. Locate a secure, renewable, off-grid water source. Once your basic biological needs are secured, the long-term requirement isn't about gear, It requires building trust and social capital with other people. You cannot survive indefinitely on your own. You maximize your biological utility now so that you can live long enough to find and integrate into a new, functioning community.